1051.
Power 1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yo.
We have a special lady in the building with us this morning. Miss Iggy Azalea.
Hey.
What's up, Iggy Boo?
Recovering.
Don't sound so excited to be here.
No,
this
but
morning.
listen, hold on.
Excited
She's
to
had a
be
couple of
here.
sold-out shows in New York.
Yes.
She is
No, I am.
recovering.
We
Yeah,
saw
no,
that.
I'm recovering, but I'm good. I'm good.
What's T.I.? I thought he was moving with you. I saw you bought him out at the show.
Yeah, I did. I think he's probably hungover because, you know, Jay-Z had his 40-40 club last night, and he went in his suit after my show. So we called. I had somebody on my team call, but it didn't look good.
Can you wake up?
You didn't call him yourself?
No, I didn't call him myself because I don't like to call people married men early in the morning.
When you have work to do, you have
You're his
to.
artist.
Yeah, Tiny knows what it is. It's all business.
I don't need
Especially
to.
if you're supposed to be
My
somewhere. I'll
people
call
his people, the people that are awake. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't call anyone before 9 o'clock. It's rude.
I call
unless
Envy
your legs chopped
All
off.
the time.
I call Envy like 3 in the morning.
4 in the morning.
But that's
5 in
because
the
we're
morning.
on the way to work, though. Our schedule is different.
I knew last night when he said he'd see me this morning that I wouldn't see him this morning. So and
You
I
knew he
like
was
you
lying.
guys, so I was like, it's cool.
I'm glad you like
I'm,
us.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad he's not here because I feel like I could, we could really talk
Go
more
in.
to Iggy without him trying
I
to
didn't
stop.
leave my shield.
Is he
I
very?
left it at home.
He's
I
very
didn't take my
protective of
shield
you
with me.
in interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
of
he'll
course
step
he
right in when we ask the question and be like, "Don't."
Yeah, he'll be like, no.
He's like, "Dad, that's Daddy T.I."
So if we was to ask you, have you ever really given head for heels, like you said in work?
Which I
Head
would
over
say to
heels.
you, oh my God.
You want to start early? That fast?
That's
And
a
I'll
lyric
say
in our
to you,
song.
Oh
All right,
my
go ahead.
man, when was I a Valley girl?
Oh, yes, you did say that. Valley girls giving head for heels. Got you.
Jeez.
You're referring
So
to
he
the
only
Valley
likes
girls.
to see. Charlamagne hears what he wants to hear.
I know.
not
All he
hear
heard was
lines
head
before
for
that.
heels.
Oh, yeah, that
Hold
part.
on. I did say that was my favorite line, though.
Okay.
He had a box of heels in the back waiting, too.
Listen,
But sometimes you give head
It
and you
ain't
might
tricky
end
if
up with a
she's
pair of
worth it.
heels. I mean,
Is that what you do, you?
no, but if you're dating somebody and you do that,
very true.
right? I'm sure both of your significant others get heels.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know why? Because they give head.
That's the only reason, Charlamagne?
I mean, one of them.
Oh, my
Now, Iggy,
goodness.
the other day we had a whole discussion about this. Would you be with a guy that doesn't perform oral sex?
Yeah, I have before.
Wow.
What was wrong with his mouth?
Well, we didn't stay together, so maybe that's.
It didn't work too well.
I don't know. I think this is some guys have just hang-ups about it, and I think, and I talk about this with my female friends, if you're somebody just like a girl that doesn't like to give blowjobs, yeah, you can make her give a blowjob, but it's going to be a bad blowjob.
Say blowjob again?
There's nothing worse than a
Blowjob.
lackluster.
Yeah, it's going to be lackluster. Like, you have to really like to do that. For it's difficult.
Like you
know?
can have an attitude while giving oral sex.
If it's all dry, like it's a surgical procedure, I'm not gonna like it. So I'm not gonna push you to do it because it's not gonna be enjoyable. But we might not stay together very
It's an
long.
important
But
part of it.
if you like someone, you try to make exceptions, and it's an exception that I've tried to make before. I don't know if it didn't work out. That didn't work out because of that, but it goes into my bag of cons.
And
Yeah,
practice
that's
makes perfect. And you're going to learn to love this, sucking this pee-pee.
Right. And it's also probably part of it because that signifies a bigger thing of like respect and doing what you need to do to please me. And if you can't do that, then we probably have other issues.
Some guys don't like to do it, and then sometimes they'll just be like, oh my God, like, I'm really like feeling you tonight, or it's your birthday, like, I really want to make you feel really good.
And
you'll be
do
like,
well.
oh, thanks so much.
Who got time for that kind of warning?
Great.
How honest are you, like, with guys? If they ask you, am I the best that you ever had, and they're not, or is my penis really big, are you honest?
Nobody's ever asked me if their penis is really big, but somebody's asked me, and they know who they are when I'm talking about this before, how it was, and it was it eh or eh?
If you got to
And I'm
ask,
doing
you didn't
thumbs
do a
up and
good
thumbs
job.
down if you're listening. And I was like, eh.
That's foul. That's
That is
disrespectful.
so
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
But it was really.
It was moments it was good, moments it was
So you're
bad.
being nice. It was really 2 thumbs down, not
Listen,
just.
a little secret, when a man asks you whether he was good or not, he
knows
knows
it
he
was
wasn't good.
bad.
Absolutely.
Right. Come on, man. Come on. And if you have to ask, like, this good or this good, you
Right,
know,
then
like,
you already know
come
what it
on,
is.
man. So, yeah, it was, that's how
All right, so let's talk about the new album because that's going
Let's
to be
talk
coming
about
out
it.
on Def Jam.
Yeah.
The new classic, but the album is out in the UK already, right?
No, it's not out
it's
yet. No, just my singles. I have a my single Work, which is starting to get promoted here now, and my second single Bounce. But my album will be released at the same time, hopefully worldwide, the first half of September.
Okay, so you did the deal over there first, and then you signed here to Def Jam.
Yeah, because y'all want me in America.
Don't say
That's
that.
no.
People catch up late though.
But that's not what happened. You actually had opportunities to do things before, and
yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like with my whole Interscope thing, we talked about that last time I was here. And when you do say no to something that seems like the dream deal, I guess people think that you're absolutely insane. And
They blackballed you a little bit?
Yeah, they blackball you a little bit. So I kind of feel like I had to get away, and so I chose to go to the UK so I could be around new faces of a place that I wasn't necessarily kind of blackballed, I guess you could say that, and sort of prove that, hey, I'm not crazy, and get more people on my team professionally and just in the industry that can say, like, no, she's not crazy. You should
especially
take a chance.
women. Sometimes they feel like we're more difficult.
Especially me.
Right.
Now, how was
Why
your
are you
relationship?
especially?
Just because I think I really like to be really, really involved in everything. And so when you are really hands-on and you're a perfectionist, there's always going to be things that you don't like or that you want changed. And sometimes delivering those messages, you always try to have your management do it so that you're not the bad guy. But when it's creative people or music, you sometimes have to be the first hand. It can't go through a middleman, and then you can come off looking like a little bit cray-cray. Right. Like my Bounce video, I definitely screamed full-fledged down a phone 24 hours before that came out. Like,
You went to India for that, right?
It's not right! It can't come out. So there's just things.
You was in India for that video, right?
Yeah, I went to India
That's
for
a big
it.
budget, boo.
I know. See,
that's
so
a
it
lot.
paid off to go. It paid off to go to the UK.
Now, what's your relationship with T.I.? Was it ever strained? Because I thought at one time it just wasn't working.
Seemed strained.
You said you wasn't taking no advice from T.I.
Yeah, I still would kind of say that.
Why?
Because I do take advice from Tia, and I did then too, but it's just, the thing about it is, I think sometimes it gets frustrating to me, and I suppose I can go the extreme in my answers when asked things like that, because people think that he maybe dictates my sound or how I make a song or what songs I do, and for any artist, that's frustrating because, yeah, T.I. is the big homie and I really respect him, and if he gives me opinion, of course I'm going to listen to it subjectively and really take it into consideration. But I think when things are creative, sometimes you just got to make your own mistakes, or you got to do your own path, and he's not going to creatively get everything I want to do, and I'm not going to get everything he wants to do. We're from two different worlds, and so it just kind of irked me when people would be like, is the album going to sound like a T.I. album, or Iggy's the female T.I.? I'm like, how the would I be the female?
Did you ever want to leave,
T.I.?
though? Did you ever want to leave Grand Hustle?
No, I never wanted to leave Grand Hustle, but what I wanted was a major deal, and that was what was frustrating to me. And it was frustrating to see people say, like, T.I.'s got you trapped in his Grand Hustle chamber. You're never going to get out. And I was like, okay, rude. Because he's the only person that's actually stuck by me and been my friend when everyone else was like, she's losing it, or it's a wrap on her, or oh, it's not going to work out for her. She's never going to get another deal after this. And he was the only person that stuck around for me and really tried to help me behind the scenes a lot. And perhaps for people it seemed like he wasn't doing anything, but he moved as much as he could move, but nobody in those offices wanted to mess with me. So what can you do?
Right.
Why'd you choose to sign to Def Jam? Why didn't you want to just stay the indie route?
Because I can't bankroll the indie route. I can't. There's things that I need that I cannot bankroll. Like my stage shows being one of them. You guys didn't come yesterday, but it's cool. But
I've been to one of your shows before, though.
Well, it's a lot bigger now.
I saw.
I got to pay a lot more people now, and I have lights, and those things are expensive.
But then that means you make a lot more money too.
No, it depends. I don't.
Well, you know what? Wale said that when he first started going out, he didn't make any money going on tour because he spent so much money.
It will pay off. I think it pays off, and I'm not at the point yet where it hasn't paid off yet, because I've only just got this stage show, and I think I've only just got my singles, and I'm starting to get back in the swing. I've been doing tour supports. I did Rita Ora and I did Nas, and tour supports don't pay really anything. So I haven't really been making money, and the festivals that I'm doing, I want to have big sets, but I booked those last year, and it wasn't a great end of the last year for me. So no, my tour
you gotta stick by those
fees
prices.
aren't that great for this half of the year, because everything's like 6 months in advance, but I want to put on a good show anyway. So I take the L because I think it will pay off. But Wale is right. But yeah, it's hard work.
You seem a lot more confident now. First time we met you, you was kind of nervous and
you was
shaky.
very
now
nervous. Yeah,
but she's used to us. I think she's used to us now.
Even your posture is different.
My posture. I was going through some things, man.
What were you going through?
Just like what we were just talking about.
Just that?
Yeah.
She was broke. She didn't know if he was gonna pop off or not with this rap thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, I caught the bus to your interview. Do you know that?
No.
The China bus?
I caught the bus to
Last time? That's what. Because remember she was late. And they said it was the Holland Tunnel or something like that. Yeah, you was. Oh, so it was the bus.
Caught the bus from where though? Midtown?
From Jersey.
That ain't bad.
No,
Yeah,
but I'm
when
saying
you're an
that
artist, you take
it
the
was
bus.
a...
She's not
I
even
didn't know
from
it
here.
either.
That's, it's not like she had car service.
You shouldn't really... I'm just saying it's a different situation to what people thought that it was at that time. And I think no matter how great things are projected for you, you can lose them. You can mess it up. And it was kind of a time where I was like, oh, my God, what am I gonna do? Can I save myself? Because I feel like I'm drowning a little bit.
At the time, didn't she have a boyfriend at the time?
Yeah, I will say a pretty girl with a functioning pussy shouldn't be on the bus, artist or not, though.
I thought you had a boyfriend at the time. Remember, I thought she had a boyfriend.
I'm not gonna talk about what I had at the time.
So you ain't had nobody that you might have been dealing with that could have said, hey, get a car service?
Why has to be somebody that you're dealing with?
Well, you know what? That's why I got new management, so I would never catch the bus
because that's
again,
not
no
even on you calling a boyfriend or somebody you're dealing. That's somebody that is working with you. That's like, okay, how are we gonna get you there? Let's make sure we set up this person. At least if you don't have car service, they have someone that can come get you
something.
a point person.
T.I. couldn't wire no money?
T.I. and me were kind of we weren't fighting, but like I said, I was going through some stuff, and I kind of just, to be honest, I just sort of dipped on everybody. And I don't need you. I went to not like I didn't need anyone. I was like, I just need to be by myself to my own thoughts, because of everything that has sort of just happened. It sort of felt like all hell broke loose, and I just felt like I just want to get away and have a think about what I'm gonna do, and so that's where I was. Yeah, so that's why I was.
Now, you know what bothers me is I'll see the blogs, right? And for guys, they could hang out with other rappers. Nobody's like, oh, Jay-Z and Nas are dating. No one's gonna say that. But you're hanging out with Nas, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, she's smashing.
Yeah, congrats!
Nas now.
I heard you dating Nas.
I heard too. I heard I was dating T.I. I mean, I was dating T.I. and I was dating Kanye West as well.
I heard Kanye. Yeah, definitely heard that.
Nas and T. That's a lot.
So why do you think?
And I posted a photoshopped picture of Drake, and I was dating him too.
Do what you got to do for them features in that production, boo.
So the funny thing is, I don't use any of their production or features, so I'm good. I don't need any rumors for that. I'm straight, because I use my friend FKI and for a lot of production on my album, and I've known him since I was 18, so I don't need to give any blowjobs for those beats.
Yeah, use the people you don't have to pay.
Yeah, no, for real.
So you're not dating Nas?
No, I'm not dating Nas.
It seems like he was just supporting you, weren't you guys at a show?
That'd have been dope, though.
Yeah, well, it was that picture's from when we were on tour together, and we had an after party that we both got paid to be at, and we
took a picture together.
Right. Yeah, so he is a good friend to me. We were on tour for a month. He's a really smart guy, and I think he's taken like a lot of risks in his career that people think are insane. So I had a lot to talk about with him, because I take a lot of risks, I think, with the things I do as well. And I didn't know what he would think about the risks that I've taken or the things I've done, or if he'd respect them or what he thought about them. But I think he said to me, he thinks that it's cool, because it's not easy to do those things and to kind of be ridiculed. And so, yeah, he's a close friend. He's
cool. But if Nas was to holler, would you give him some play?
I don't know, man.
Did he try to smash?
No, he didn't try to.
I'm sure a lot of guys, though, a lot of artists might have ulterior motives with you.
You damn
right. They might ask.
No,
seriously, they might ask you to come to the studio. They might see you. Let's exchange numbers. Next thing you know, you're getting those late night text messages and
weird messages.
Right.
It's funny because a lot of guys that I'm friends with, like in the industry, that won't try to holler, but then I will notice if I ever post a picture on Instagram that's like involves butt in any way, to be like, "Hey, what's up? Where you at?"
Like 5 minutes later, you're not
15
slick.
minutes later, I'm like, "Come on, bro.
Like, we gotta hang out
You're
sometime."
Not slick. Where am I? I'm far from you, but yeah.
And your butt is real.
My butt's real.
Does T.I. ever hold it against you? Like if you get snappy in the studio, now he's like, all right, now you can be back on that bus.
No. I like hustle and flow style. No, he never does that to me. But he does say, he's always kind of like, don't go back to that place now. don't go back to your crazy ways. Like, don't go because you went away. Nobody could find you now. That's what he always says.
That was a good imitation of his accent.
Yeah, and I'll be like, yeah, I know nobody could find me because I wanted
to not be found.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Do you feel like you're getting more respect here in the States now? Because you got sold out shows.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a different thing. I mean, industry respect or consumer and fan respect, because I feel like I've always had a really great fan base, and I've always had people come to my show and then they be packed, but that didn't necessarily equal respect from peers and people in the industry. But I do think work's helped a lot with people understanding maybe a bit where I'm from or how I feel about the things I've gone through in the industry. And I think people respected that it was a song that was kind of biographical or about my life, because I never really do music like that. I kind of just talk a lot of because I like to do that too. So I think it was different for people to hear that, and maybe it made people understand a bit more about me and not dislike me so much. You
rather have the consumer fan respect though, because the industry's a bunch of D-riders. Once you get really hot, they're gonna all jump on you anyway.
And as well, I think with the industry, we're always kind of trying to find like the new thing or the better thing, and fans that connect with you and they ride out with you. So I think it's more important to worry. If I had to worry about one, I'm going to worry about them being happy.
Right, way more important.
You feel like the UK altered your style? Because we have someone up here who was like a huge fan of your old music, but she says she doesn't like your new stuff because it's. Let me quote her. I wrote it down. She said, "Dance poppy runway music." She said she wants you to make more joints like.
She thinks work is dance pop.
It's the girl in the corner, by the way.
Come on, tell her what you said, because she's a huge fan of
I would understand if you felt that way about Bounce, because that's what the point of it.
Well, yes, I didn't like Bounce.
But did you think that about work?
I don't know. I felt like you came out in one way, and it was just like edgy and ratchet and my world, and I was just like, yes, I love this. This is me. And then
she's a closet freak,
she is
by the
not
way.
edgy and ratchet.
She wants to be.
She wants to be edgy and ratchet so bad.
But now what?
But now I feel like it's almost like fashion runway tunes with Bounce, for example.
And that's the reason why I didn't release it in America. UK has a different understanding of rap music or what they're into, and they really are. On the radio, it's really like top 40 pop orientated music and electronic dance music. So for me to win on a radio there and get a good number and sell albums, that's what they're going to be interested in. So knowing that I don't think that will fare well in America, and it's not necessarily my first choice or something that I would ultimately make, but that I still have to run a business, that's what I chose to put out. And as a compromise for me, I'm like, let me not release it in America, let me just do it for the markets it's intended to, because I'm signed to a UK label, and if I don't move those units, I'm not going to get great budgets. You got to move some units. So it was kind of like my compromise and trying to make a business decision and be political in what I was doing, so that I can have an album and have other singles that I think are what I like. But work is kind of more of that's a reflection of what I like and kind of my experiments with like trap gold and that stuff that's more electronic, and then trying to put it with things that I think sound like sort of classic storytelling rap beats. And I think when you hear work, when it starts, you think it's going to be that, and then it turns into something electronic. And I just like that. I like the transitions, trying to have transitions in music, but I still have ratchet shit on my album. Like I have a lot of ratchet shit. But it's just difficult for me to come out with twerk songs every time, because then people put you in a category of like, you only make booty music or you just make ass-shaking music. As an artist, it's frustrating because you want to show that you have versatility. So sometimes like for fans or people that like the music, it's like, hold on, is she going pop? Is she never going to go back there? And it's like, I am going back there. There's a lot of stuff on there, but I need to show that I can do other things so that I can get booked on TV, because I can't get booked on TV doing twerk music, because they don't want to see butt chicks alternate on Saturday night.
Miley Cyrus would disagree.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus would disagree.
It's different for her because it's a novelty, because she's a country girl, then her dad's Billy Ray Cyrus, and it's like, oh, hold up,
instead of a hip hop chick,
crazy.
They see you do it, and they be like, oh, look at her trying to be black again.
Well, the first time.
Oh, and the moral of the story is, Bounce is not for her ratchet Negro fans. That's what she basically just said.
That's
there you
not
go. There you go.
I'm basically saying Bounce is not for America. It's more for a pop audience. It's more for people that would listen to pop music to say, hey, maybe you want this segue into rap music for me to get a good position there so that I can put out an urban single or a rhythmic single.
Like, let me get on the radio in the UK.
Have
Thank you.
Placement. Yeah, because it's hard to sell any music if you're not on the radio, as I'm finding out.
Well, the first time Charlamagne mentioned you, he went to your show. Was at SOBs, right?
SOBs.
Yeah.
And he was so amazed at how you twerk. He was like, you were bouncing your ass, you were bringing girls on stage. He was just amazed about your ass.
Listen, a Nubian white queen with a fat ass is the best of both worlds in my world.
Right.
So for women out there listening, how did you get the fat ass? And how did you learn how to twerk?
How did she get the fat ass?
I mean, it was a squats? I don't know. I'm just asking. Was it
Maybe
natural?
God.
Oh.
Maybe Emmy's gonna start doing squats.
Shut up.
Are you interested in getting a fat ass?
I think
My
he
ass is pretty big, by the way.
It is. His ass is pretty
Shut up.
And
Well, how did you
I
learn to
was
twerk?
gonna,
Like, did you practice in the mirror? Explain that.
Yeah, of course I practice in the mirror. All girls do.
Angela, you practice in
Who
the mirror?
doesn't?
I've never practiced twerking.
Angela, you
but
got butt
I
shots,
will.
by the way, Iggy.
I do
We'll
not
talk
have
about
butt
that later,
shots.
though.
Shut up.
Nice. Just hanging out in Atlanta, I'd really say, and going to parties and seeing girls dance and wanting to dance like them, and yeah, hanging out in Atlanta.
Would you like to give us an example from my Vine?
No. Get out of here.
Here comes the creep cam.
Fool.
He's such a
I
perv.
saw he twerked at the first night of my New York show, and
I
I
saw
saw
that.
it went to Ratchetville online, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, nice.
Now, how did they
And
treat you?
that song is a twerk song on my album, the song that's on World Star that we're busting it open to. So
Busting it open.
it's still there, girl. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah.
Now, how do they treat you back home?
I think it's mixed reception. I haven't been back home to necessarily know.
Because at one point you were like, "That's why I don't go home."
Yeah, I
because-
still sort of felt like that because I felt like that a little bit the other day. My father emailed and was like, they wrote a really mean article about you in the paper the other day, my local paper, which has a readership of about 2,000 people. And I was like, rude, what the hell? And it made me feel like, that's why I don't go back.
So what, is chicks trying to fight you and stuff? Or?
Nah, nobody wants to fight me. Just, I live in an area where people don't like rap music. They don't get it. And if you like, I'm a rapper, they'll be like, yo.
You are stupid, yo.
It's just like, "Ah!" I just want to explode. Like, it's so annoying.
Like,
So
you would
they
think your
still-
hometown would support you when you.
Yeah, I mean, some of them do. The ones that are ignorant, and some of them are ignorant, and they don't get it. They think I like. They're like, yeah, bling bling. Like, oh yeah, do you sell drugs? Do you have a chain?
my
And
goodness.
it's like, really? Do you not? Come on, man.
You
Come
sag
on.
your pants.
Yeah, like
We wouldn't mind if you sagged your pants.
I
As
used
long
to
as you got
sag
a
my
thong on.
pants. Isn't that horrible? I really did.
Now, what about dating in the industry? Is that something that you would ever want to do again, or you think it's not a good idea?
I'd still do it again. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't. Yeah.
You said
I
again,
would.
who was the first?
You know who the first was. Let's be real.
Why are you gonna do that to
You
her?
ain't that stupid.
Who? I'm lost.
Do you think it's easier to date another artist for you because it's somebody that can understand and sympathize with you?
There are pros and cons. The pro is that, yeah, somebody can understand and sympathize. The con is that most of them are neurotic, egotistical, only care about their own schedules, still expect me as a woman to be the one flying up to them on a plane and be their handbag. And it's like, I cannot do that. Most men in the industry want to have a girl that's like, you're the girl, you're that girl, and she got her own money, she got her own. Like, yeah, you better than those other bitches, but then be like, but get on the plane, babe.
Yeah, come see me, make me some dinner.
Yeah. And you're like, hey, listen, man, I just did a show and I'm tired and I can't make you dinner because I'm tired and I got to get on a plane like you got to get on a plane and I can't do it. So it's difficult. That I feel like sometimes there's not a balance and it becomes difficult to date somebody that is an artist. But
So is
but
that why
never
you and
say
ASAP?
never.
That's why you and ASAP fell out?
No, that's not why we fell out. We fell out because I'm young and he's young, and it's a really difficult time for me. I was going through a lot of stuff, and his careers was going great, and mine was going a different way, and we stopped hanging out. But
Y'all
we're
stop being
still cool.
friends. Y'all stop
Yeah, we
being
stopped
friends.
being friends.
That is hard though when you're dating somebody and you're in the same place and then all of a sudden he's taking
Yeah,
off
it's
and you're
hard.
not doing what you thought you were gonna do as quickly as you wanted to, and so then it kind of
That's why
Things
Kelly
get
Rowland wrote Dirty
difficult.
Laundry.
Yeah, I haven't heard that yet, but I'll have to listen to it. But yeah, but we're still. I still would say that I have no ill feelings to ASAP. He's cool, and I'm really proud of him and his album going #1. I thought when that happened, I was like, man, good for him.
That sounded kind of generic, but we'll let you slide. Now, Nicki Minaj. Have you worked with her? Will you work with her? Is there any plans to work with her?
No, I've never worked with her. I would love to work with her. Any female rapper that says they wouldn't is a liar. It's a damn lie. And I don't know. Obviously, that would be her choice.
Have you met her?
I've never met her.
You and Rita Ora are real cool, right?
Yeah, we're cool. We have the same management, so
Gotcha.
we get booked for a lot of the same shows, and I end up being around her a lot.
What about Chrisette Michele? She said she really wants to.
Yeah, I'd love to work with her too. I heard that.
Yeah,
I
so
follow
that
her on
could
Twitter.
happen.
She sounds like she wants
She's
to
not
you.
following
Yeah, she sounds like she wants some
Lick me.
lesbian sex. That's what she sounds
DMing
like.
you?
No, she's not following me. But I was like, oh, you want to work, girl?
She wants to work with you, but she won't follow you.
Well, I don't even know she knows I'm following her. I only followed her like 2 days ago.
She
I
can
didn't
DM
say
you.
like, hey, what's up? Following.
You didn't put now
You should have put
following?
NF.
It would make my dream. I would run around naked screaming if you followed me. I get a lot of those messages every day.
Yeah. And some of them you go look on their timeline and they tweet it to mad different
To like
people.
every person. Or I'm testing out my 1% chance that you might follow me. Some people write that every day to like 17 million celebrities. And I'll be like, it ain't gonna happen.
So how do you feel now about everything? Like, what kind of space are you in? Are you feeling like,
feel
okay,
good.
the setup's good? And
Yeah, I feel really good. I feel really confident about my album. It's pretty much done. I just am trying to see what features I could maneuver onto it.
Who you trying to
and
get?
who would fit. I don't know yet. I have a lot of singing parts that I like, and even some male singing. And
B.O.B.?
Probably not.
Nah, I don't like
Damn,
Bill B.
man.
You're not feeling Bill B?
Nah, I like.
He's like, I don't really like Bill B.
No,
He's
no.
such a
I
tease.
like Bob. I do like Bob, and I really like Still in This Bitch. I think it's an awesome record, and but
But you prefer Miguel.
well, yeah, I just don't think his voice is right for the singing part.
Okay.
B.O.B. But it's hard because a lot of singers, female and male, actually write their own stuff, and if you already have
Right.
something pre-written, they don't want to do it.
they want their publishing.
Yeah, they want their pub. I get it. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult to see who would sing something that I've already written.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure it out now.
Are you making the album that you want to make, or are you making the album Def Jam wants you to make?
Well, my album was already done by the time Def Jam came around, which is probably why they came around.
But now they're like, give me a radio single. We need a radio record, Iggy.
I have a radio record for them, and it's called Change Your Life with T.I., and I rap when I sing the chorus, and they're really happy about it, and
Oh.
I'm really happy about it. It'll be the next single that'll come out in America. So they're happy, but man, Def Jam, I don't want to play them like that, like they just came on when my album was done, because I really with them, and I always regretted not doing the deal with them, and I felt like I was pressured by Interscope because I was managed by them to go a different route,
Right.
and what I thought was better for the whole team, and
Who
and
signed
it
you to
wasn't.
Def Jam too?
I don't know, the president,
Well, Boo loved you. Boo's loved
David
you for a
Massey.
minute.
Yeah, I love Boo. But I'm on Island Def
you're
Jam,
island side,
so
okay.
it was like an island situation, and then Peckus and Gabe and everybody, Eric, at Def Jam. I've already obviously had the relationship with them and met them before, and I just really want them to be involved. It made sense, so it's Island Def Jam technically.
Well, Iggy, sometimes it's so great to make those mistakes early on.
I think so too. You know what? It was really good, I think, to kind of. I'm just gonna say fall off. I'm just gonna say it.
I mean, you wasn't really on, though. It's just a struggle.
Yeah,
It's a
but
process.
yeah, it's a struggle. But people would. I think people projected that something was gonna happen, then it didn't happen. And it was like, ugh. And
Like the momentum was there, and
the
then
thing is, people will say to you all the time, like, if you don't do it, then that's going to be it. And that's going to be it for you. And then somebody else is going to come in and take your place, and that's going to be it. And
You get one
you're never
shot.
it's one shot. Like, it's like 8 Mile every day. And you're like, that's a lot of pressure for somebody. It's a lot of pressure. And that's not the way it works, man.
Nah,
that's
not at
just
all.
not.
Charlamagne
If you
got
have a
fired
good
4
song-
times before he made
go
it.
ahead, Charlamagne. I'm going to fall off a million
No,
more
no,
times.
no, you here now.
But you know what I mean? But the point is that it's a roller coaster ride, and I think it was cool to experience a bit of a high and being discovered, and then a bit of a low as early on, because I think sometimes a lot of artists get scared and they go a little crazy if they feel like they're going to fade to black or things aren't going their way, and I see people go lose their a little bit behind closed doors, and so for me to kind of feel like I hit almost the bottom for me and know that actually the world's not gonna implode on itself and everything's cool, it makes my decision making a lot better now in things that I do, and not being afraid to say no to things or hold back on certain things, because I feel like what's the worst that could happen? That I did that.
Well, there's no such thing as good or bad experiences. It's all a process. That's
Yeah,
what I feel.
man,
You gotta
I
trust
agree.
the process.
You gotta trust the struggle.
Trust your struggle.
Trust
Show
your
your tat.
struggle.
Show your tat one time. Trust your struggle.
Trust your struggle. Well, we appreciate you joining us today. Look forward for the album.
The new
Are you
classic.
gonna come back?
Of course. I'm gonna come back a lot more now because now I've got Def Jam, so I'm gonna.
Right.
You don't need
I
Def
haven't
Jam to
You
come
need Def
there.
Jam to come back.
Take the
Guess what?
bus.
When they
Def Jam
drop
will
you,
have her on the bus.
when they
Boss
drop
man.
you, we gonna still be your people.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying
They're
they're
not
gonna
gonna
drop you.
drop
Why
her.
would you say that, Charlamagne? Why would you put that
Not
out
saying
there?
they're gonna drop you, but if they drop you because your record doesn't sell, you will still
But
be
it
your
will
people.
sell. It will sell.
That's right. Positive energy.
FYI,
That's right.
my
Sky.
work is doing great in the UK. It's done over 100,000 units over there. I think people don't realize that, and it
that's
hasn't
what's
even
up.
been
That's good.
promoted here. So I'm not going to get dropped. I'm going strong.
Right.
I'm
There you
good.
go.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
I'm cool.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Power 105.1. Miss Iggy Azalea.
Yay.